what is up? My name is Jessica, aka Subgorgeous. Welcome back to my channel, or if you're new, welcome to my channel. Before we get started, make sure you subscribe to my channel down below. Also, follow me on all my social media, which I will link in the description box. I'm super active on Instagram. That's where I post a lot more of my personality, my life, my hair, that's the type of content that I post. So if you're interested in that, make sure you subscribe down below, and also, again, follow me on social media. Cool, so let's get started. If you're watching this, I'm assuming that you are experiencing some type of acne, whether it be hormonal acne or just struggling with having skin that you're not comfortable with and you want to go ahead and clear it. You're maybe looking for new ways to do that, and maybe you went to a dermatologist and they suggested spironolactone, which I am currently on. So this video is going to be about month 2 of my journey on spironolactone and just overall my experience with hormonal acne. If you haven't seen my first video, which is my month 1 update, I would pause here, go back to my channel and click on that video. In that one, I give a way further in depth on just my experience with hormonal acne, how it sort of started, how I was led to a dermatologist, and then how I got onto spironolactone. I'm also going to talk a little bit about some of the changes that I've experienced in month 2, some of the things that I've noticed in comparison to month 1. And then lastly, I'm also going to talk about some of the frequently asked questions when it comes to spironolactone, aka some of the symptoms that a dermatologist may say that you can experience and whether or not I've experienced them in month 2. Cool, so let's start with a little visual refresher. This is what my skin looked like before I started spironolactone. I had been experiencing hormonal acne breakouts for about 3 months during this time before I went to go see a dermatologist. This is what my skin looked like after month 1 of being on 50 milligrams of spironolactone. And this is what my skin looks like today. In my first video, my dermatologist recommended I try 3 different things. She prescribed 2 topicals and 1 oral treatment. The oral treatment was spironolactone at 50 milligrams every single day, and then the 2 topical treatments, were the benzoyl peroxide gel as well as the tretinoin retinol cream. She prescribed the tretinoin retinol cream to be used every other night, and then the benzoyl peroxide gel was to be used every single morning, accompanied with my moisturizer. Everything I just mentioned is still constant from month 1 to month 2. I still use the benzoyl peroxide gel every morning along with my moisturizer. I still use the tretinoin retinol cream every other night, and then I still take the spironolactone at 50 milligrams every single night. The only thing that changed is I no longer take my spironolactone with food. If you watch my first video, I did mention that I take it with food every single night. Now I kind of take it sporadically. I just make sure that I try to take it every day, and I kind of have weaned off of taking it with food, and now I just take it, as I mentioned, when I'm able to or when I remember throughout the day. Cool, so let's talk about some of the biggest changes from month 1 to month 2 that I've noticed. The first being no more breakouts. I literally have not had a breakout in 2 months. I have not had absolutely 1 cyst on my face. I haven't had 1 pimple, clogged pore. Pretty much any type of breakout has not occurred on my skin since I have started this journey with spironolactone and the 2 other topical treatments. The only time that I experience maybe a tiny bump, and literally it's like super tiny, and most times it's gone the next morning, is when it's that time of the month, which is natural. Like, I'm a woman, I have mostly female hormones. I don't think that that will necessarily go away. And again, it is super tiny, like nothing compared to what I was experiencing when I first, started this journey. The second big thing that I've noticed has been the fading of my dark scars. This is what my skin looked like when I had started Spironolactone. This was about week 2 or week 3. As you can see, my dark scars are fading slowly, but this is what my skin looked like today. I attribute the fading of my dark scars definitely to the Spironolactone, as well as the 2 topical treatments, especially the benzoyl peroxide gel. I think that has helped a lot. But I also really attribute the fading of my dark scars to using sunscreen. I use sunscreen now every morning, and I put a little bit of an asterisk because if I don't go outside that day, which we are in the winter, it's very cold outside right now, like we are in a pandemic, it's not uncommon to go days without leaving your house. So I can't lie, on days that I don't leave my house, I don't really reach for the sunscreen. But if I'm going outside, I always put on sunscreen. And I can say that that has helped fade my dark scars so much. The last big thing I've noticed that has changed since being on Spironolactone is that my skin is no longer oily. Before starting Spironolactone, I considered myself an oily skin person. I thought that I had super oily skin, and I thought that my skin was actually overproducing oil. But actually, since starting this skin journey and utilizing moisturizer every morning and every night, as well as taking the Spironolactone consistently, I feel like I no longer have oily skin. There's no longer this overproduction of oil on my face. And dare I say, I actually feel like I have pretty normal to combination skin. This is my face with absolutely no makeup, just moisturizer and the benzoyl peroxide gel, and I feel like it just has a natural glow. I don't feel like it looks oily or anything like that. Also, when I wear makeup, I don't feel like that it looks super oily. The last thing I want to talk about is some of the symptoms that your dermatologist may tell you that you can experience when being prescribed Spironolactone. The biggest symptom being that you may use the bathroom a lot more because Spironolactone is a diuretic. For me personally, I have not experienced that since being on this prescription or this medication. I have definitely increased and decreased my intake in water. I'm not someone that drinks a lot of water during the day to begin with, and so I don't know if that is maybe contributing to the fact that I'm not seeing that big of a change. But for me, it has not really had any big impact on my life or anything of that sort when it comes to like using the bathroom a lot more. Another thing that your dermatologist may tell you, and actually a few people, I won't be that person that's like, a lot of people ask me, but a lot of people did ask if my dermatologist prescribed birth control along with my Spironolactone. The answer is no. And truthfully, I cannot remember during my consultation whether or not she asked me if I was on birth control or not. I feel like she did ask me when my last cycle was, but I'm not sure if she asked me whether or not I was taking birth control. I'm sure that was on the questionnaire. Just being a woman, the fact that I checked that box, they probably asked me, but that's not something that I remember coming up. When I was on birth control about 10 years ago for the first time, I had a negative experience. I was on it for acne, and it actually made my acne worse. So since then, I just have not ever taken birth control. And so I'm not sure if that goes into why she maybe did not prescribe that along with the Spironolactone. But I just wanted to put it out there that I do not take birth control with my Spiro. I do know that online it says that you can see an increase in like birth side effects or birth defects if you're trying to get pregnant, but that's not me. So I probably will reach out to my dermatologist and ask her about it, but as of right now, I'm not too concerned, and health-wise as a woman, I'm pretty good. So I'll keep you guys updated if I ever do get on it and see how that may help. Cool, so that is about it. I have started month 3 officially, so I'm about halfway through that, and I will keep you guys posted there. I've also introduced some new products into my skincare routine and stopped using some of the old products that I mentioned in my month 1 update. I think I'm going to just do a separate skincare routine video, but truthfully I'm still trying to figure that out, so I'll keep you posted there. But I can definitely share what I currently do now in conjunction with the treatments as well as the spironolactone that was prescribed to me. Nonetheless, thank you guys so much for watching. If you made it this far into my video, make sure you subscribe and give this video a huge thumbs up. Also, comment down below if you are maybe taking spironolactone, or you just started it, or you're maybe thinking about taking it. Also, maybe if you're going through acne treatments and you're trying some new products, we should definitely make this a community thing, because as I mentioned in my first video, I know that this is super hard and I went through my ebbs and flows with my skin as well. So I hope this was helpful. I hope this was informative, and I will see you guys in